Hey everybody, it's Mr. Ryan here. We are back for story time. We cannot wait to be with you guys in person. But right now, let's have another beautiful story time. Hey, it's the end of September, and if you didn't know it, autumn starts in just a couple days. So with it coming up, we figured we'd have a great story about autumn time, about fall time, and also make sure you guys know the alphabet. So here we go. We got P is for pumpkin, Guards harvest alphabet. So welcome to our harvest. Welcome to story time. Are you ready to start story time? No, I can't hear you. You ready to start story time? All right, well, let's get started. P is for pumpkin, God's harvest alphabet. So here we go. And what is the first letter of the alphabet? It is the... That's right, it's the A. Good job. So here we go. Apples, A is for apple. Apples and acorns are all sort of things. Let's find the blessings that God's autumn brings. All right? Apples and acorns is with the letter A. So what's after the letter A? That's right, it's the letter B. So B is for barn. It brings the barn dance where good friends all meet to share God's word and good food to eat. All right, so B is for barn and A is for apple. You all are doing good. You know your alphabet, you know what's coming up next. What letter is up next after B? That's right, it is the letter C. Good job. And C is for corn. Let's try the corn maze. Which way should we go? Turn right and turn left into each crazy row. Whoa, look at that big corn maze. How many like to eat corn? Have any of you ever been in a corn maze? I've done both. I like corn and I've been in a corn maze, so they're fun. All right, so we got A, B, C, and what is after C? The letter. That's right, it is the letter D. Good job. The letter D is up next. Let's see. D is for dress up. Ooh, Mr. Ryan's dressed up right now. Autumn means dress up, but who will I be? If I wear a mask, God still knows it's me. That's right, God knows us from our head to our toes. So by raise of hand, who loves to dress up? That's right, so we've done A, B, C, and D. Anybody know the next letter? That is right, it's the letter E. Good job, the letter E is up next. So here we go. E is for earth. For God made the earth, He made everything. He makes all the wonders each season will bring. And again, what season is this? That's right, it's the season of autumn where you have pumpkins and leaves are falling, acorns, all these beautiful things. Hello, pumpkin. Hello. But yes, E is for earth. And what letter's next? That's right, the letter F. Good job, the letter F. F is for fall. God changes the colors on leaves, big and small, red, brown, and yellow, to tell us it's fall. Good job. That's right. It is the fall season. He makes all the leaves. They fall. They change colors because who? God did that in our earth and in the fall. E and F. Good job. So what's next in our harvest alphabet? What's the next letter? That's right. It is the letter G. Good job. The letter G is up next. G is for gold. Ooh, what does that mean? God turns the fields into ribbons of gold, sparkling with frost as the autumn grows cold. How many of you like warm, hot season? Okay, all right. How many of you like cold season? All right, I'm kind of in the middle. You know, I like autumn time. It's not super cold, but it still cools off the heat, right? Okay, but that's what is next. Is G is for gold. So the next letter is... That's right, the letter H. Good job. H is for harvest. The harvest brings baskets filled to the brim with corn, beans, and squash, all gifts for Him. That's right. Everything we get, everything we receive, everything we harvest is for God. He gives us those things and we should give them back to Him. So G for gold, H for harvest. Y'all are doing a good job. And what letter is after the letter H? It is the I. Good job. The letter I is up next. All right, here we go. I is for Indian corn. Ooh. The Indian corn with colorful rows is perfect for drying and hanging with bows. Ooh. Who loves to decorate their house during the fall time? Actually, I like decorating the church and the theater. It's neat. We don't decorate the house too much, but corn is good, and sometimes you can use it for decoration. That's I. So what letter is after I? The letter J. That's right. The letter J is up next. J is for jack-o'-lantern. What's a jack-o'-lantern? Let me show you. The bright jack-o'-lantern with its friendly big grin reminds us God's love is a light from within. So we have a pumpkin, but when you carve in it, you put lights in it, it's called a jack-o'-lantern. But we are reminded that those jack-o'-lanterns, that light that shines in that pumpkin, reminds us of God's light all around the world and in us. So I is for Indian corn and J is for jack-o'-lantern. You guys are doing God. How many of y'all are excited about cutting up a pumpkin, making a jack-o'-lantern? Good job. All right, so we got I, we got J. Anybody know what letter is next? That's right, it's the letter K. Good job. Welcome to our alphabet, letter K. Here we go. K is for kindness. Ooh, what does this mean? Let's find out. Fill up the kettles with warm soup to share. Autumn brings kindness and neighbors who care. How many of y'all like having soup when it gets colder, huh? Potato soup, let's see, taco soup, maybe some chili type soup. All that sort of stuff is good, and it's warm, and it's nice to share not only kindness, but food with your neighbors. So K is for kindness. What's next? L. That's right. The letter L is up next, and I think you might see it all over the table because L is for leaves. Autumn brings leaves. So let's grab a rake, jump up and down in the piles we make. Who loves jumping in leaves? Yes, I do too. My kids love jumping in leaves. And as you can see, leaves of many colors. It reminds us that fall, autumn time is here. L is for leaves. So K for kindness, L for leaves. We're doing good. Ready to go in the next part of the alphabet? What's after L? It's the letter M. Good job. The letter M. And M is for moon. Ooh. One sign of autumn is harvest moon's light, God's gentle blessing for this autumn night. And why do we say moon? Because it starts to get darker, right? So the moon lights up the autumn sky. And who made the moon? That's right, God made the moon. Good job. So M is for moon. So what's next? The letter N. That's right, good job. The letter N is up next, and N is for nature. So we got the moon. And now we got nature. We can spend time on a long nature walk. If we listen closely, we might hear God talk. I love to go outside and just hear God talk through the creatures, the wind, the animals, all the things that you might hear. God created all that. When you hear that stuff, remember, you are hearing from God. So His nature reminds us of Himself. And so does the moon. So M is for moon, N is for nature. Good job. Enjoy the darker, later nights. And also stay warm, okay? So we got M, we got N. What letter's next? It's the letter O. Good job. The letter O. O is for orchids or orchards, all right? However you want to say it. Autumn means orchards with apples for pie. Ooh. Let's pick the ripe ones. Would you like to try? Would you like to try to pick apples and make apple pie? How many like apple pie? That's a no on Miss Ryan. No apple pie for me. The only pie I eat is chocolate. So sorry. But apples are good. Enjoy your apples. And if you like them in pie, enjoy them any better. Okay, so O for orchards or orchids or however you want to say it. Okay, but O, P is for, that's easy. P is for the letter P. Come on, the letter P is for what? Pumpkins. That's right, P is for pumpkins. When autumn is here, we pick pumpkins too. I'll find the biggest and give it to you. That's right. How many of y'all like going to pumpkin patch? All right, maybe I'll see you out there. Do you like to get big pumpkins? Medium-sized pumpkins? What about teeny tiny small pumpkins? You know there's 4 different colors of a pumpkin. Obviously orange. And you got white, and then blue, and then green. You can find those pumpkins in those 4 colors. Pretty cool, huh? But O is for orchards, and P is for pumpkins. Hope you get to find some good ones when you go to pick them. All right, so we got O and P. What's next? It's a tough word, tough letter. It's the letter Q. That's right. And sometimes it's hard to find letters with the word Q, but we'll find something that goes with the harvest alphabet. Q is for a quilting bee. Ooh, how many of you know what a quilting bee is? If you don't, let's find out. Now, peek in the church. Y'all peeking? Peek in the church. What do you see? Sewing and laughing at the quilting bee. Ooh, so some people come together at church and quilt stuff together. We actually have people at our church who meet and they do lots of crafts together, sometimes sewing, sometimes quilting. So this still happens, and people use these things to give the gifts to other people. So again, you see God working, and Q is for a quilting bee. Or at your house, you might have a quilt, which is another name for a blanket. So I hope you enjoy it and stay warm, and maybe one day you might make something for somebody. So Q is for quilting bee. All right, good job. So what's after Q? It's the letter R. That's right, and Mr. Ryan starts with the letter R, but that's not what's in the book. Don't worry. R is for ravens. Ravens are flying in the fall sky, black against orange as each one floats by. And we're about to find what ravens float by. But ravens are a type of bird you might see out during the harvest time, but they fly by. And what do they fly by? I'm about to tell you because God created the ravens. But the letter is, after R is S. That's right, the letter S. And ravens fly by a scarecrow. So S is for scarecrow. Ravens fly by over the scarecrow, all stuffed with hay. A reminder that God watches us each and every day. So just like a scarecrow watches over somebody's field to protect them from the birds eating all their stuff, God too watches over us from the heavens each and every day. He is all around us. So R is for ravens and S is for scarecrows. All right? Y'all doing a good job. God's harvest alphabet is the next letter going to be what? Is the letter T. That's right, the letter T. And T, ooh, this is a fun one. T is for trick or treat. This time of year, children say trick or treat or go to their churches for fun things to eat. That's right. You might go around your neighborhood, or you might do something at your church, or you might say at your house. It's whatever you do to celebrate whatever holiday you celebrate. Always remember to celebrate God's blessings in you, whether you go trick or treating or you enjoy something good to eat at church, because T is for trick or treat. All right? Good job. All right, what is after the letter T? Y'all doing a good job in the alphabet. After the letter T is the letter U. No, not you, but the letter U. Not you, but U. That's right, the letter U. And U is for universe. In autumn, the universe fills with great things, like birds flying south on strong, silent wings. And again, who created the universe? God created the universe and all the great things in it, like birds flying south. That's right, okay? So enjoy God's universe. And after the letter U is the letter V. Good job, the letter V. And V is birds flying in a big letter V. So we talked about the birds flying south, and what letter do they fly in? The letter V. Just look into the sky, and you will sure see the geese flying south in a big letter V. That's right. So God's universe is filled with birds, and birds flying south in the letter V. All right, we're getting so close to the end of the alphabet. You guys are doing a great job. Are you getting excited about autumn? Me too. I'm getting excited about God's harvest. So here we go. What's the letter after the letter V? It is the letter W. Good job. That's right, the letter W. And W is for wagon. Ooh, the horses are waiting. The trail's long and wide. The hay wagon's ready. Let's go for a ride. How many of you ready to go for a wagon ride? That's right. It is a lot of fun to go on a wagon ride. Hope you get to go on one and enjoy one yourself, because it is fun. And God gave you that opportunity to enjoy it. So W is for wagon. What's the letter for W? It's the letter X. Now, is there a word that starts with X in the harvest in the autumn time? No, let's see. X is for extra big fun. Now, it doesn't start with the letter X, but you have E and then X. X is for extra big fun. Laughing and singing for extra big fun. Sitting on hay bales until the ride's done. And what ride is that? That's that wagon ride we were talking about. So when you go on a wagon ride, have extra fun in God's harvest and during the autumn time. So you go W and X. So that leaves us with 2 letters. That's right, we're going to do these last 2 together. What are the last 2 letters of the alphabet? It is, and that's right, Y and Z. Good job. Y and Z are the last 2 letters of the alphabet. So let's finish up this book. P is for pumpkin. God's harvest alphabet. It says, Y is for yellow and Z is for zip. Beyond yellow fields, at the end of the day, we watch the sun as it slips far away. Zip up your jacket and I'll zip mine up too. It's time to go home. The autumn's days through. So enjoy being outside, enjoying God's universe, His creation, the yellow fields that we see out there, the yellow leaves, the yellow pumpkins, anything that you encounter. But when you go outside, stay warm. Zip up that jacket, take it with you, and God will go with you too to keep you warm and help you celebrate and enjoy His harvest field. So that's the alphabet. You guys did a great job from A to Z. Awesome job. P is for pumpkin, but you guys, you are awesome. Y is for you, and A is for awesome. But let's finish with this. From apples and acorns and other great things, may you find every blessing that God's autumn brings. So no matter what you see or no matter what you find in autumn time, may you know that it's always God's blessings that are brought to you. May you find every blessing that God's autumn brings. Give a round of applause and thank God for His autumn time and all that He brings to us. That's right. You guys have done an awesome job. But let me finish with God's word here. And this talks about patience and endurance. And I'm turning to James chapter 5. And in James chapter 5, I'm going to read verses 7 and 8. Okay? It says this, Dear brothers and sisters, be patient as you wait for the Lord's return. Did you know that? Did you know that God's coming back? That's right. He was created, all right? He was born. So then He died, and then He arose from the grave, and then Jesus ascended into heaven. But guess what? Jesus is coming back. So may we be patient as we wait for God to come back. Be patient as you wait for the Lord's return. Consider the farmers. Ooh, we just talked about farmers. Now listen. Consider the farmers who patiently wait for the rains in the fall and in the spring. They eagerly look for the valuable harvest to ripen. So think about it. All these farmers, they wait for the rain to come to make these pumpkins grow, to make this harvest and everything that they're able to sell and do. They eagerly wait for it, but they patiently wait for God's time. And it's the same with us. May we eagerly but patiently wait for God's return. And then it says this in verse 8, You too, that's you boys and girls, me, may you too be patient. Take courage, for the coming of the Lord is near. So be patient, but take courage that no matter what we face, whether in the fall time or any time in your life, may you know that God watches over you, that He loves you, and He's poured His blessings upon you. And in God's timing, Jesus is coming back to save us all of our sins, and so that we may live in the new heaven right here on earth with Him forever and ever. So guys, you've done an awesome job. Thank you so much for helping me out with the alphabet. I hope you enjoy your harvest time, your autumn time. And if you see somebody, or if you're watching this video right now, I want you to turn to them and say, Hello, pumpkin. Hey, great job, guys. We'll see you at story time next month, but have a great rest of the day. Happy fall season.